Why wait to earn the degree you deserve? You have the experience, you have the knowledge. Now's the time to get the credit for the work you've done and earn the recognition you deserve by starting your comeback at Purdue Global. It's time to earn a degree you'll be proud of, a degree that employers will respect. It's never too late. Never too late to come back stronger and move forward in your career. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu. Purdue's online university for working adults.
A group of high school students started a project to research a string of unsolved murders.
There is no profile of this killer except for the ones the students created.
What if this guy's still alive? Like, what if he comes after us?
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
This is Murder 101. Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Episode 34, Quick and Easy DIY Christmas Gifts.
Welcome to the Frugal Friends podcast, where you'll learn to save money, embrace simplicity, and live a richer life. Here are your hosts, Jen and Jill.
Ooh, yeah. Quick and easy.
Quick and easy. Hello, everyone. It is another Frugal Friends Friday, or any frugal day if you are listening to this at a later date. I am Jen.
I'm over here being Jill.
This is the second part of our two-part Christmas series, or any holiday that you buy gifts for. It could be Kwanzaa, or Hanukkah, or birthdays. Whatever you buy gifts for, we're here to tell you the quick and easy DIY ways to do it. Mm-hmm. How you feeling about it, Jill?
I'm feeling so great about it because I love quick and easy.
So do I. I am not super crafty, and usually those things take me a long time. So I looked at a lot of articles that had like crafty DIYs, and I was like, I would rather buy things. I would rather spend my money and buy things.
I will do the DIY because I also like free and frugal. But I hear you, Jen.
Yeah. So we're coming from two ends of the spectrum, and we're going to meet in the middle for everyone listening. And we're going to give you some really cool examples of things you can do for Christmas specifically, but really for any time. But we have to start with our sponsors first.
Let's do it.
As always. So we have our partner Cook Smarts. Cook Smarts is an affordable and flexible meal planning service that provides recipes, instructions, weekend prep options, and a shopping list for 4 meals per week. And so we've partnered with this awesome service to offer listeners their first 3 weeks of meal plans for free and 25% off any additional services. So to get this deal, head to frugalfriendspodcast.com/CS, CS like Cook Smarts, and use the promo code FRUGAL for 25% off. And you can get the 3 free weeks right on that landing page. So frugalfriendspodcast.com/CS.
So great. Check it out. Also brought to you by saying yes. We've already heard about the benefits of saying no, but what about saying yes? It's a great answer to give when someone invites you over or offers you a donut. It's also great to say yes to budgeting and saving money. So if you're sure you don't want to say no, then say yes. Definitely don't say maybe. Saying yes, the next best thing to saying no.
That's wise.
I know. Yeah, I mean, we had saying no sponsor us, so saying yes couldn't be outdone. They're like, listen, we exist too, and we're not the total opposite.
I love that. I love that that's not the total opposite.
Right.
And congratulations to Saying Yes for their debut on the podcast.
Yeah, I said yes to them.
Yes.
So,
all right. Yes, let's get into all of these gift ideas. I really wanted to find an article that just had 15 or 20 solid ideas. And as luck would have it, that didn't exist.
Nope.
So since I didn't want to make it, I just found this list of 100 free gift ideas.
Better than 20.
Right, that people will actually want to receive. And this is from The Penny Hoarder. And it actually had really great ideas. I mean, of course, there's 100 on this list, so some are weird.
I actually did enjoy it. I was surprised.
Yes. So this was a treat for a long list post. Lots of good ideas, very few fillers. So I definitely recommend, if you are not impressed by any of the things that we're about to talk about, head to our show notes and actually look at the article, because there's a lot of good stuff on here.
Yeah. What did you like, Jen?
So I really liked number 1. It really pulled me in, and it's bread. Because, I mean, who doesn't love bread? Even if you can't have gluten, you still love bread. Don't lie about it. And there are so many good, fancy bread recipes that are so cheap because flour, like, you already have it on hand. And some of them don't take yeast, but a lot of people have yeast on hand for yeasty breads. Like, so the options are endless. And I've been thinking a lot about getting a sourdough starter and making sourdough bread.
I've been hearing about this lately.
Right?
There must be a craze, a sourdough craze happening.
Sourdough craze. And you can add dried herbs to it. You can add cheese to it. Jalapenos, olives.
Listen, wow.
Yeah.
The
I know.
list doesn't stop. What I also like about bread is butter. So really, I think I like butter, but bread is a reason to have butter. So whatever angle you're coming at this from, it's a good idea.
Yeah. And I don't even know if butter is on this list. Also a good gift idea, because you can make compound butters. Like, you already have the butter in your fridge and probably the spices to just mix it all up and let it sit there. And there you go. There's your compound butter gift that you give with your cheddar jalapeno bread.
Yeah, you can mash butter with a lot of things too. Like, you could mash it with cinnamon and sugar and then put that on a roll, or with garlic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bread is the often underrated gift because everyone is making soups right now. It's cold. And people just want like a nice crusty bread to go with their food. So it's a gift that will be used.
Yep. And it can be frozen. So
yes, we froze some bread recently and just took it out of the freezer, and it was still good.
Good story.
Miracles.
Along these lines of food, I also liked number 4, which talked about casseroles. Really, for me, this is anything frozen or that can be frozen. I think it's an excellent idea. I saw this in our Facebook group too. I think we might be talking about it at the end of the episode, but just this idea of giving somebody a frozen meal, whether they want it now or they want it later, like, that's fantastic. If you want to give me dinner for next week, 100%, I'm thrilled with that gift.
And you can theme it too, because it's not just about the thought, but it's also about the packaging for me. I judge books by their covers and gifts by their wrapping paper. So you can like theme it as like the gift is like a date night. And you're going to watch somebody's kids, and here's your, date night lasagna. Or, anything that somebody would go out to dinner for any reason, you could just like take that theme and like give it to somebody as a frozen dinner. I mean, anybody's going to love the opportunity not to cook or clean for one night. So there's your gift.
There's a gift. Give it to everybody. Make a large batch of it and just go around giving out dinners.
I love that idea. So another one that I liked was mentioned quite a few times. So I'm just going to wrap them all up and just say regifting. Yeah. So they said regifting sweets, old gifts, this year's gifts. And I do that every year. I will, not with sweets, but anytime I get a gift that I know that I'm not going to use, but could be useful to somebody else, I have a bag, and it's an old gift bag that I reused. And I'll put them in there. There's maybe like 5 or 6. And then the next year I'll take them out and wrap them up and use them in White Elephant gift exchanges, or for gifts for people that I wasn't expecting to get gifts for, or that might be hard to shop for, that I think will like the gift. So it doesn't have to be crappy used things. Like, that's not what regifting has to be. It can be if you're that type of person, in which case you may not have many friends that you need to give gifts to, so that's cool. But if you have a lot of friends, because you give good gifts, regifting gifts and sweets is an awesome, awesome way.
You do have to be sneaky about it. Make sure that you're not regifting in a group of people where it would come back to the person who gave you the gift. So
I would put a sticky note on the gift saying who gave it to you, so you know what circle to not regift that gift.
Yeah. But listen.
Pro tip.
We're not above it. Not above it at all.
No, I love it.
But along those lines, too, this made me think of what you're saying, Jen, of even just keeping a small collection of gifts, whether or not they're re-gifted gifts, but maybe you found something for super inexpensive at a thrift store, or there was like a crazy deal on candles or whatever, and you just kind of pick them up along the way and throw them in your like bin of gifts that you can grab from throughout the year. Like, somebody's birthday's coming up and you're going to see them that day, or oops, it's Christmas time.
Wasn't expecting that.
Who would have thought?
Didn't see that coming.
December 25th.
Yeah. No, it comes in really handy. And it doesn't have to be this hoarder situation where you have like a closet full of gifts. Like, maybe 5 or 6 like small ones.
Yeah. I keep little gifts where I keep my wrapping paper. It literally fits in the same box as my wrapping paper.
Yeah.
And it's included like chapsticks and nail polishes that I've gotten at, who knows, yard sales. Unopened.
Yes.
Also, okay, back to the food. You can tell what I'm obsessed with.
Yes. You did not make it down this list very far.
I didn't. Recipe book. So if you are a person who is a good cook and people are constantly saying, oh, this is such great food, that doesn't happen to me. I actually am the one doing that to other people. But being the person who always says to somebody else, can I get the recipe? I know that this would be very valuable. I would love it. And I know a lot of you really good chefs out there, cooks, whatever you want to call yourselves, you're like, I don't know. I don't measure. I just throw things in until something turns to magic and it tastes incredible. Well, maybe you could put some time into it and make that dish and see about how much am I putting in of this ingredient, about how much of this ingredient. Write it down and give it as a gift because people would love it.
Yeah, that sounds great. And you could make that really cute and you can see what I care about most. Yeah. And give that to friends. And you can literally give the same gift to everyone depending on how good of a cook you are.
Right. And I think this would also be a good idea for maybe like newlyweds or something for a mom to pass this down. I mean, if you're like a crazy mother-in-law and you're trying to like get under the skin of your daughter-in-law, then don't do this. But if you are
if you are that person, you probably don't know you're that person. Yeah. So
no, they know. They 100% know. I'm going to give my son's favorite recipes. My mother-in-law is not this, like 100% she's not. But I know these people who are like, I'm going to give all my son's favorite recipes to my daughter-in-law, but secretly knowing she's never going to make it as good as me, and my son's going to come running to me
because I wrote them all down wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, but if you're a really kind mom and you know that this would be something really appreciated by your newlywed daughter, then go ahead and do that. It could be a really sweet gift.
Yeah, that sounds great. I also, on the same like vein as regifting, I love the idea of checking your local Buy Nothing group, Craigslist free. Like, we just had that episode on how to get things for free. So that doesn't just include things for you. That includes things for other people. If you see something that you're very hard to buy for sister-in-law could use, which I'm still looking, that would be a great way to get a gift for free for them.
Yeah. I also saw this Amazon trade-in where you can trade in some of your things and then get something new. Like you can trade in and upgrade. So that could be a really nice idea if you've got like a tablet or a Kindle or something that you're not using, but then you want some version that maybe has more features. Check out the Amazon trade-in because that could be a good thing for you.
Yeah, I like that. I've never tried it, but that sounds really good.
Yeah.
And also number 37, a month of letters. I thought this was the cutest thing. So
tell me about it.
Someone you really care about, and maybe you don't see them throughout the year, maybe it's a long distance friendship or family member, then you can write 12 letters, one for every month, and give that as a gift. And you don't have to buy anything for that. That's just super cute and thoughtful and good for your relationship.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like that. And along those lines, there's a lot of these tips about passing on memories or ways of connecting. And so they suggested recording your voice. Like if you are a grandparent who lives far away from your grandkids, you could sing them a nighttime song. Again, don't be creepy. Or some sort of message that they could play when they're missing you. But also creating a nice family tree that you can send to all of the family members, or putting old videos onto DVD, or framing a picture that you found in an old photo album, maybe enlarging it, maybe making it black and white. I don't know. You can get creative with a lot of things that would be important to family members. So I really liked all of their ideas in that one. And I know that for a lot of family members, they could be really, really meaningful.
For sure. One thing you shouldn't give that's on this list is a pet rock.
yeah, I did read that. I'm like,
You shouldn't do that. There's a few funny ones on here that it would be worth your time to just look at them.
Yeah. And then they also mentioned just kind of things lying around your house, which I thought I don't know that I totally relate to that at this point in my life, but I could see, so along the ideas of re-gifting, this was more so a walk through your house and see if there's anything that might be meaningful or valuable to somebody else in your life. So yeah, we're not saying like give your trash to somebody, but is there an old Afghan that great grandma made that now you want to pass along to your daughter? Or do you have a coat that you know your sister has always loved and you can pass that along to her? Just kind of to think through, and with this is great, especially coming on the cusp of our minimalism discussions. As you're minimizing, maybe the things that you have thought about selling, consider if there's anybody in your life who might just want it and you could gift it rather than selling it.
Mm-hmm. Great ideas.
Yeah.
Anything else from you, Jill? I've pretty much exhausted everything that I would be willing to give.
Yeah. Lastly would be labor, I think.
Labor.
I'm
yeah,
done.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm not. I'll
Yeah.
give you food. That's it. Giving the gift of labor. So that could include house cleaning, car washing, babysitting, anything that you know could be valuable to somebody else. If you don't want to spend your money and give away your money, but maybe you have some time that you could give, I know this could be really helpful to people, especially for those people who are like, they have everything. Gosh, what in the world would they want? Well, maybe they want their lawn mowed. Maybe they want their car washed. Maybe they want to go out on a date and not have to pay a babysitter. So you can think that way, and that's just a very meaningful thing to people, very tangible. I think a lot of people would prefer that than like an extra set of oven mitts.
Yeah, I don't have any oven mitts.
Yeah.
I don't need them.
No, a towel works.
Yes.
We know New Year's resolutions often don't stick. In fact, on average, they last around 30 days. So if saving money is on your 2024 resolution list, here's a foolproof way to stick to yours.
Switch your phone provider to Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15 a month.
For those of you paying close to $40 a month for just one phone line, this means a savings of $300 over the course of the year. We especially like Mint because all plans come with unlimited talk and text and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/frugal. That's mintmobile.com/frugal. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/frugal. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
AI might be the most important new computer technology ever. It's storming every industry, and literally billions of dollars are being invested. So, buckle up. The problem is that AI needs a lot of speed and processing power. So, how do you compete without costs spiraling out of control? It's time to upgrade to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. OCI is a single platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs. OCI has 4 to 8 times the bandwidth of other clouds, offers one consistent price instead of variable regional pricing. And of course, nobody does data better than Oracle. So now you can train your AI models at twice the speed and less than half the cost of other clouds. If you want to do more and spend less, like Uber, 8x8, and Databricks Mosaic, take a free test drive of OCI at oracle.com/strategic. That's oracle.com/strategic. oracle.com/strategic.
All right. Well, those are our ideas for the, free gift ideas or very cheap gift ideas, depending on how much stuff you have on hand.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more good ones on here. But I think for our next article, we really wanted to go in an alternative direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure everyone here listening will be excited about that. But the article is called A Gift-Free Christmas. And it is on Oprah.com. Oprah didn't write it because, let's face it, Oprah loves gifts. But the story is from Cynthia Gomi. And it's not a list, but it's her story of finally getting to the place in her life where even her kids could see how stressed out Christmas, like shopping and gifting, was making her.
Mm-hmm.
And they as a family just decided, let's stop giving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that idea, but it comes with some baggage to actually execute, which they don't talk about in the story. What did you think, Jill?
I love the idea. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that a well-timed, well-thought-out gift is great, but that usually doesn't happen at Christmas for every single person on your list. So it just ends up being ridiculous money spent on things that people are going to throw away. And it's like, why the heck did we do this for 10 seconds of you unwrapping something? So 100%, I'm on board. I've tried to do this. But I will say that, the barrier, the snag is getting everybody else in your life on board, because I can put a stake in the ground and say, I'm not getting anybody gifts. But then what if they decide differently for you? So then you're opening all these gifts and you're like, no, I was serious when I said I wasn't getting you anything. And then that's awkward.
Yeah, it would provide a few awkward starting years where you're like, we're not doing gifts, so I'm not doing gifts for you. So don't feel the need to give gifts to me. But ultimately, you cannot stop somebody whose love language is gift giving from giving you gifts. It's like, it's very rude to them. And no, because I try, because that's my mom. She, and even Travis's mom, they love giving gifts. My mom really wants to give good gifts. Travis's mom actually doesn't care what she gives people. She just buys things and wants to give things. So it's hard. They don't understand. And you can't make them understand. There's no need to try to put your effort into that. But they shouldn't try to force you to find happiness in what makes them happy or the tradition that they are in. So you can change yourself, but you can't change other people.
And maybe for those people, when you know, okay, this is their love language, I will buy for them, but nobody else.
Right.
Probably the most successful that I've been at this is saying we'll just buy for the kids in the family, or doing a Pollyanna where you just get one gift and not a gift for everybody. So that's the closest I've gotten to a gift, getting my family on board with a gift-free Christmas. But I will say, man, it is far less stressful just to be able to enjoy the season without worrying about how much money you're spending, who you don't have gifts for.
Mm-hmm.
It has been incredible. I will say Eric's family bought into this for at least a couple of seasons, and it was fantastic because we could get together and just focus on eating.
I love that.
I love it.
We all know what our favorite gift is, so let's be honest. I loved in her story. So she said she expected that Christmas morning to be awful. So like no gifts to open. She didn't know what they would do. And so then she actually asked her oldest son, which it doesn't say how old he is, but she's like, "What are we going to do?" And he's like, "Make pancakes, sleep in." Like, he must be a teenager. Yeah, go on a hike. Surely this kid's a teenager, but
right.
But yeah, and so they made huevos rancheros. They sent money to charity. She walked through stores during Christmas time and like felt no stress at all because like literally her Christmas shopping was done before it started.
Right.
And they gave like homemade apricot jam to their neighbors. So it's not like they didn't give anything to people,
right.
And they accepted, like, they gave them toffee. And so there were just so many other things involved with it.
Yeah.
That are usually more like a better experience and that we forget about. It's overshadowed by all of the paper wrapped gifts.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, opening gifts does not take that long. It's not a full event. The event is wrapping the gifts. That's what takes forever.
Yes.
Opening them takes 10 minutes.
I know. And Grandma's like, "But I want to see the look on her face when she opens that." I was like, well, give her one gift and take a picture of it. Yeah. And there you go. Look at it every year.
Look at it every year. Oh, poor Grandma.
It lasts 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Till they forget about the toy and they ask for another present to open.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get pissed because you spent time looking for that and shopping for it on Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And you had to punch somebody to get it.
And I was watching. I was there watching the whole thing.
So this is a process that while I love, it would definitely take time to get used to. But I don't think that should keep us from considering it.
I know other alternatives have been, rather than giving gifts, which you could still argue this is a gift in some capacity, but more this idea of spending time together or making memories. Mm-hmm. So rather than spending on a bunch of things that are just going to get shoved to the side, planning something to do together. So one of my friends does this with her family, and I think last year the whole family picked a date and they went and did one of those like escape rooms, or went miniature golfing or whatever, like picking an event to do together as a family and spending money on that rather than on, like I said, something you don't need or you don't want.
Exactly. Yeah. Just because you're not spending money on gifts doesn't mean that you don't have to spend money or you shouldn't spend money on anything. Mm-hmm. Like, I would much rather take a cruise for Christmas. I think I'm going to ask to do that next year.
Right. Yeah, or to give somebody some sort of event, give them tickets to a concert that you'll go to together, something where it's going to be meaningful and time spent together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the movies. We used to go see a movie on Christmas, and that was a really fun family event.
That is a tradition for a lot of people.
Yeah, because there's not much to do after Christmas afternoon.
Yeah,
so it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well. That's our views on gifts and no gifts.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you're in alignment. From what we've been hearing in the Facebook group, we feel like everyone will be on board.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially our minimalist friends.
Start the movement, you guys.
Start it.
No more gifts.
You know what other movement we should start too?
Ooh, it's a movement that's already begun.
Yeah.
Sweeping the nation.
It's the movement to...
It's time.
The Bill of the Week.
That's right. It's time for the best minute of your entire week. Maybe a baby was born and his name is William. Maybe you paid off your mortgage. Maybe your car died and you're happy to not have to pay that bill anymore. Duck bills, Buffalo Bills, Bill Clinton. This is the Bill of the Week.
Which we don't have. We don't have a Bill of the Week.
What? This whole build-up?
I know.
Just to tell me that there's nothing?
Yeah, I didn't realize that until this morning. I thought we at least had one.
It makes me look like a fool when I say it's sweeping the nation.
It swept nothing.
Swept nothing. We scared them all off with all of our great bills of the week. Now they're like, oh, dang. I won't be able to top that one.
Please send us your Bill of the Week to frugalfriendspodcast.com/bill and leave us your bill. It can be anything related to the word bill. Mm-hmm. So that's it.
That's it. Not strong boundaries on you.
Nope,
we
nope.
like freedom.
Yes.
It's never too late. Never too late to earn a degree. Never too late for a comeback. Between your busy career and taking care of a family, it can feel like there's never a good time to go back to school. But your time is now. Time to start your comeback with Purdue Global. As Purdue's online university for working adults, Purdue Global is dedicated to supporting adults like you who know it's time to earn the recognition you deserve. You have the experience, you have the knowledge, it's time to get credit for the work you've done. You can balance work, family, and everything in between while earning your degree. It's time to move forward in your career, for your family and for yourself, with a degree you're proud of, a degree that employers will recognize and respect. You're worth this investment in yourself to earn a degree you deserve. It's never too late. Never too late to go back to school and come back stronger with an education you can trust. Now is the time for your comeback. Start yours today at purdueglobal.edu.
We all agree that reducing carbon emissions is a good thing, and once again, Toyota is leading the way. We hear a lot about fully electric vehicles, and Toyota has them, with more on the way, but we also know a BEV is not for everyone. Whether it's because of cost, range, or concerns about finding a charging station when you need it, plus the raw materials used to manufacture batteries are limited. Enter Beyond Zero, Toyota's vision for a carbon-neutral future, in vehicles and manufacturing plants too, in the years ahead. The materials used to make just one long-range battery for an EV could be used to make batteries for 6 plug-in hybrids or 90 gas-electric hybrids. That's why Toyota's position today is electrified, diversified, empowering you to choose how to reduce your own carbon footprint with the vehicle that's right for you, a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or battery EV. So shop. Learn more and get details at toyota.com/beyond zero. Toyota. Let's go places.
So we also asked this question in our Frugal Friends community Facebook group about people's favorite presents. Mm-hmm. And Jill and I also wanted to share ours because they are less about stuff and more about love, maybe. Is that too vague?
Good summary.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just to reiterate the fact that all of this frugal stuff doesn't come from a heart of like Scrooge McDuck, I don't want to, spend my money on other people sort of thing.
Right.
It's because we really, really love this holiday and we want to embrace it as fully as possible. And we've just learned that the things that really exemplify all of this tradition and love are things that don't cost money or cost very little money.
It's beautiful, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a few of our favorites from the community group. Jill mentioned this a little earlier, but Katie Marie said her favorite gift ever was when her mom made her the 12 meals of Christmas. This is so unique.
Mm-hmm.
She had just given birth, and her mom made her 12 freezer meals of her favorite meals. So freezer versions.
That's a good mom.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm sure that took a really long time. But it was the best gift. And now she asks for it every year.
So that was a mistake.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah. So maybe don't get overzealous because you could be asked to repeat yourself. But what a great gift. And it's all her favorite meals. So I loved that. Maybe you can do the 3 wise meals, like 3 wise men.
Oh, look at that.
3. You can only have to do 3 then.
Only 3. And it's still related to Christmas.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Find a number related to Christmas and get there. It doesn't have to be 12.
Yeah. Also, Emerald had a baby.
Oh my gosh.
So that was her best gift. And I have to say, I know this lovely new mama. And I was there when the baby was born, which is fantastic. I got to see that little cutie get pulled out of the stomach. But she's a fantastic little one, so I can probably join her in that in saying that was a fantastic gift to be there and present for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she posted the picture of her and her baby, I was like, yes, this yeah. Nobody else posts anything after this because this is it. This
exactly.
Yeah.
How can you top that?
I know. So mine, I was trying to think of it because gift receiving isn't a super big love language for me. So I have a hard time thinking of good gifts that I receive and good gifts to give. But Travis happens to be a really good gift giver, my husband Travis. And they're never, I won't say never, but like usually very simple gifts, but very thoughtful ones. So an example, which is not my favorite gift he got me, but was the most thoughtful, doesn't it sometimes happen that way? Like the most thoughtful gifts are like not your favorite.
Right. They're just what you need, maybe.
Yeah. Well, this one I didn't need or want. It was a scooter and like an actual motorized scooter.
That's right. Yeah.
And I get scared on 2-wheeled vehicles. I wish that I was cool and could ride a motorcycle, but Travis knows that I don't like riding on the back of his motorcycle. So he thought if he got me a scooter, I would feel more in control and like it more. And I didn't really. But this scooter he got on Craigslist. He repainted the whole thing to be this beautiful cream color. And he painted a helmet that he had to have like a black, it was cream and it had a black racing stripe on it. And it was just the most beautiful, thoughtful gift ever. So that was great. But my favorite one, actually, 2 years ago, Travis got me a nose ring. And that may sound like very average and like corny, but I had always wanted like a nose ring, like a hoop.
Yeah.
And I'd never had one. I'd always had the stud. And finally, like he got me like a nose ring that matched my wedding rings. They're in rose gold.
Whoa, look at that.
And he put it in a small box inside of another box. Inside of another box, inside of another box, and every box had like a little note in it.
Oh, I like that trick.
Yeah. So Travis is a great gift giver, and I tend to like whatever he gives me.
That's amazing. Yeah, same for my husband, Eric. It's hard to say just one gift that is my favorite. But like you said, it's always the timing, it's the thought, it's sometimes something maybe that I need or I have mentioned I might want in passing, and he shows that he was listening by then giving me that thing, and I didn't even realize that I had spoken that out loud. So it's usually related to something like that. But some of his bests are, he has written me 2 songs now and recorded them, which is amazing. So I can listen to that whenever I want. And it's his voice singing to me things about our relationship specifically. So love that. My goodness. Also, he does this thing sometimes where he creates a scavenger hunt of presents for me. Because I do like getting gifts. I'm not gonna lie. But listen, it doesn't have to be in, like, literally you can wrap up anything. You could wrap up a stick of gum, and that's just fun for me to be like, oh my word, I'm opening something. Oh my word, it's gum. I love gum. So like he did this scavenger hunt. Usually it's like things that we needed already at Christmas time. Like he'll just wrap up anything. Like we needed coffee. So here you go, I'm wrapping up coffee and I'm like doing a scavenger hunt, and you open that. And then the next thing was like a new sink faucet, because we needed a new sink faucet. So like it literally had like nothing to do with the gifts, but it was just fun to like spend some time going on a scavenger hunt, opening things that we needed anyhow, and it was just fun. It was thoughtful.
Yes, and you didn't have to buy those things. They
right.
did the effort of buying them, which is a gift.
I didn't have to go to the
itself.
store and get my cleaning products. He already had it, so that was nice.
That's the real gift.
Exactly.
So if you're trying to think about something to get your wife, do her shopping for her and wrap it up.
Yeah, and then a good trick is to wrap it all up before Christmas and put it under the tree, and then make her think that you've gotten her all this stuff. So then she goes out and she gets you a bunch of stuff, and turns out it was just cleaning products and faucets. and then they get the better gifts because they thought they were being outdone. It's a whole trick. It's a whole manipulation game.
We're not endorsing Christmas manipulation.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So if somebody joins our group angry because that happened to them, I'm going to direct them to this episode.
Yeah. It's all my fault. Sorry, guys.
Oh. Well, yeah. So I hope that you guys will take on a new perspective to gift giving this year.
Yeah.
And maybe try something a little new. You don't have to transform your entire gift giving philosophy. If you like to receive and give gifts, you can do that frugally. If they stress you out, you don't have to do that. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be different for everyone, and we just want everyone to embrace it in the smartest way possible.
Yeah, whatever makes sense to you.
Yes. Speaking about gifts, let's talk about our Frugal Friends book club, because that is a gift to me.
Yeah, it's a gift to all of us, and we're giving away gifts with that.
Yes, it is December, and we are reading The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley, and it's a great book about frugality. I hope that you will get it from your library if you haven't already, but if you want a copy to hold in your hand or on your Kindle, listen up.
Yes, we are continuing our giveaway of that book. And if you want a free copy, that's right, free, one of our favorite words, of The Millionaire Next Door, leave us a review. You do have to do some work for this. Give us a review, iTunes, Stitcher, whatever. Screenshot that review and send it to us, frugalfriendspodcast@gmail.com, because accountability. And then we will select the winners at the end of the month. And we're giving away one for every 5 reviews. So we'll let you know how many we have, and you'll get your free book.
Yes. And if you want to know an example of a award-winning, book-winning podcast review, listen up, because I'm going to share it to you as soon as one loads.
Just as soon as I can get to it.
As soon as I can. This review is from Dave Mangold. He says, I found the Frugal Friends through Choose FI, who I found through Joshua Becker, who I found through the Minimalists,
Whoa.
who I found while researching Marie Kondo. So much entwined there.
Wow.
Sorry for sounding like the first chapter of the book of Matthew. I love it already. With 4 children, 1 in college, 2 in high school, and 1 in middle school, saving money wherever I can is important to me and my future hopes to retire. Jen and Jill scour the interwebs for the best ways to stretch your paycheck for the things you need. They offer tips on everything from home repairs to meal prep to shopping at pawn shops and boosting your side hustle income. Along the way, they share their hilarious misadventures in frugality. If you listen to all the episodes, you'll be entertained learning about Knife Girl and Jen's husband's frugal toilet seat win.
Yeah, whoa.
Yes. You'll also be inspired to trap the freedom that comes from being debt-free and on a course towards financial independence. In a world of stuffy financial information and judgy mustache judgers, these 2 friends stand out.
Oh
Dave.
my word. That was an award-winning review. Like,
yes.
he basically went through everything we've ever done on the podcast, gave the highlights without giving it away. Oh, man.
Yes. This
Did
one's on
he win a
Stitcher.
book?
I mean, I hope so. He is in the running.
Okay.
But yes, so that one you'd have to visit Stitcher. That was our first Stitcher nomination. So
I like that.
Yes.
Nice. Well, you all, as always, it's been so great hanging out. Thank you for spending your time with us. We love having ourselves a fun, frugal posse and tribe, whatever you want to call it. And if you do too, if you're enjoying this as much as we are, go ahead and hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening to this. And we will continue to come at you every Friday with frugal goodness because we are consistent like that. So see you next week.
Bye.
Frugal Friends is produced, edited, and mixed by Eric Sirianni.
Oh, yeah.
Knife Girl.
Knife Girl. I'm so glad he picked up on that. I still have to look up some knife skills.
Yeah, I was thinking about knife skills the other day when I was chopping an onion. So, I mean, maybe that's a future episode.
Just on knife skills? I'd listen to it.
Episode 300, knife skills. That's for when we run out of things to talk about.
No,
And
that
people-
is for when we've got so much to talk about regarding knife skills.
People who find the podcast and they're like, what is this? Oh, knife skills? They'll think like we're a post-apocalyptic, like survival podcast.
We aren't serial killers. We just want to learn how to cook in the kitchen.
A group of high school students started a project to research a string of unsolved murders.
There is no profile of this killer except for the ones the students created.
What if this guy's still alive? Like, what if he comes after us?
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
This is Murder 101. Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover the heartwarming and hilarious world of sibling connections on Sibling Revelry with Kate Hudson and Oliver Hudson. Dive into family tales, explore the human mind, and laugh with guests like Joel and Benji Madden. It's more than a podcast, it's a celebration of the ties that bind us.
And it's fun because we've decided to open it up to really like all kinds of different siblings. And it's going to be an awesome season.
Listen to Sibling Revelry with Kate Hudson and Oliver Hudson on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.